Let's talk about the career problem that you're actually trying to solve. Most people, they start a career change right with the complete wrong question. They ask, what job should I do next? But before you are going to decide what comes next, there's a much more important question I want you to focus on, and that's, what problem are you actually trying to solve? Because saying I need a new job, a promotion, more money, or I want a completely different career doesn't necessarily tell us what the problem is. Those are just possible solutions. And if you don't understand the problem first, you can change jobs, change companies, earn more money, and 6 months later be completely unhappy and miserable in a different job, same problem. So before you're going to make your next move, we're going to actually diagnose what actually needs to change. Start with what's wrong. If you're currently feeling really unhappy at work, ask yourself, what is actually making this difficult? Is it the work itself, the manager, maybe the culture, your salary, the lack of progression, the commute, the pressure, the lack of flexibility, maybe the way you're treated, or if you've simply outgrown the role? Those are all completely different problems, and I want you to narrow down on what it is. If you love your profession but hate your manager, you probably don't need a new career. If you like your employer but there's nowhere left for you to progress, well, you may just need a new organisation. And if you enjoy the work but the hours no longer fit your life, the problem may be the working model rather than the job. And if you dislike the actual work itself, changing employers may only move that problem somewhere else. The more precisely that you can describe what is wrong, the easier it's going to become to make a good decision. So, design the Tuesday before the job title. This is another mistake that people make. They start with the title. They start with, what should I become? What role should I apply for? What would look like progression for me? Instead, I want you to think about an ordinary Tuesday. I know it feels a bit left field, so stay with me on this. Not your dream holiday, not the day that you get promoted, just a completely normal Tuesday in a life that you actually enjoy. What time do you start work? Where are you working? How much control do you have over your day? Are you managing people? Are you surrounded by colleagues? Or do you prefer independence? Do you want challenge and responsibility? What would actually make you happy? Do you want to work to take up less space in your life maybe? What time do you finish? How much energy do you have when you finish? What are you earning? And what does work allow you to do outside of work? Not unrealistically, let's keep within the realism here, because all of this is going to matter, because a career can look extremely successful from the outside and still be completely wrong for the person living it. The goal here isn't to find the most impressive career or the one that makes the most money. It's to find what actually works for your life. So I want you to do a 4-part career diagnosis. Just answer these 4 questions with me. 1, what do you want more of? Maybe it's more money, more flexibility, more responsibility, more recognition, more progression, more creativity, more security, more purpose, autonomy, challenge, or simply more peace. Write down your top 3. Number 2, what do you want less of? Maybe it's long hours, micromanagement, conflict, maybe office politics, travel, pressure, unpredictability, constant meetings, being overlooked, or constantly feeling exhausted. Again, choose your top 3, the things that frustrate you repeatedly that, aren't meaningless here, they're information. 3, what are your non-negotiables? So now separate here from what you would like from what you genuinely need. You might prefer hybrid working, but perhaps predictable hours are genuinely essential because of childcare. You might prefer a certain salary, but perhaps you have a minimum income that a career move simply isn't going to be realistic. So think about your salary requirements, your hours, location, family responsibilities, health or accessibility needs, flexibility, travel, security, and progression. A brilliant opportunity that doesn't fit your life isn't actually a brilliant opportunity for you. Then I want you to do the doubled salary test. I want you to answer one question that can actually reveal an enormous amount of where your head is at. If your employer doubled your salary tomorrow, would you still want to change? Think about it. Would you still dread Monday morning? Would you still dislike work? Would you still struggle with your manager? Would you still have no time for your family? Would you feel overlooked still? Would you still want greater freedom? Would you still feel like you're wasting your potential? Money matters, and wanting to earn more is completely legitimate. But whatever the problem survives that double salary is probably something that you're going to need to pay attention to, because that will hold even more significance in your life. So I want you to turn it into one sentence. Bring everything together we've just talked about and complete this sentence for me. The career problem that I'm actually trying to solve is this. Not I need another job, go deeper. It might be the career problem that I'm trying to solve is that I've reached the limit of my progression here, or I enjoy my profession, but I need an employer that gives me much greater flexibility, or I need to increase my income without sacrificing more of my personal time, or even my current career no longer fits the life that I want, or perhaps I've realised that the problem isn't my employer. I genuinely don't want this type of work anymore. And that sentence is going to become your entire career filter here. So from now on, when you see an opportunity, I want you to use this filter. Don't just ask, could I get this job? Ask, would this job actually solve the problem that I've identified? Because a role can have a better title and still be the wrong move for you. It can pay way more and make your life worse. It can look prestigious and give you none of the things that you actually value in your life. And equally, a role that doesn't initially look like the obvious next step might be the exact career and lifestyle that you're looking for. So here, I want you to actually think about it. Let's try a bit of an exercise. So complete these 5 statements inside of Sigla. I currently think I need. What's actually making my current situation difficult is I want more, I want less. If my salary doubled tomorrow, I would still want to change X. You can do all of this inside Sigla and then finish with the career problem that I'm actually trying to solve is, and keep that answer. We're going to use that through your entire career journey, because career planning shouldn't start with randomly applying for jobs. It should start with understanding what you're trying to actually move away from and what you're trying to move towards. And once you know that, the next decision is going to become much more intentional. So the next lesson is going to be, what do you actually want from work? So let's explore that.